Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Ben Stein reveals the real reason that Tom Price resigned. Former U.S. Congressman Tom Price from Georgia did not manage to finish the year as President Donald Trump's Health and Human Services Secretary, as he just turned in his resignation letter in what is being seen as a formality and an obvious ouster. The media conclusion about ex-Secretary Price has been that he was fired for using taxpayer money to fly charter planes between meetings instead of flying coach. However, conservative commentator Ben Stein shared that he does not believe that that was the real reason Tom was let go. Stein thinks that the true reason Price was ousted was because he failed to get an Obamacare repeal and replace bill passed, and thus did not help fulfill one of President Trump's central campaign pledges. Explains Stein to Fox News Neil Cavuto, "That's the joke of it. Taxpayers are spending for Trump to live an incredibly lavish life. Mr. Price flies to Philadelphia. It's different than flying to Palm Beach, not that there's anything wrong with Philadelphia, and he's getting fired over it." He continued, "I would not have fired him. I would have said to him, don't do it again for gosh sakes, a trip from Washington to Philadelphia? That's small potatoes." Shared Ben, "I think the real reason he's being fired, he didn't get the healthcare bill passed. That wasn't his fault. He can't control McCain. He can't control the various Renos that voted against the bill. He would be a hero if he got this done. They wouldn't have bothered thinking about it." Do you think Ben Stein is right on the money? Go pound sand, Mike Huckabee clobbers Lib Mika for smearing his daughter Sarah. Threatened and hostile liberal morning joe co-host Mika Brzezinski has made it a habit of undermining women who do not share the same left-wing political views as she does. Disgustingly, Mika's latest target has been current White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Mika recently decided to insult Sarah after Sanders defended a controversial tweet President Donald Trump sent out about Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York. In a press briefing, Sarah set some reporters straight when they tried to claim that Trump's tweet was somehow sexually suggestive. This did not please Brzezinski, who did not take the time to try and comprehend Sanders' rationally made argument. Fired back Mika nastily on her MSNBC show, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, "I feel sorry for you. I started a hashtag support for Sarah and get your mind out of the gutter in your quest for truth, in quest for goodness, in your quest for love country, because you haven't made it there yet." Thankfully, proud Trump supporter and former Republican governor of Arkansas Mike Huckabee wasted no time in hitting back at Mika for her baseless smear against his daughter. Stated Huckabee to host Martha McCallum on Fox News about Sarah, "She deserves better from other women and it just amazes me that even the women who say they are feminists are doing everything they can to discredit my daughter. My daughter stands strong and tough and walks into that lion's den of a press room every day and represents women and represents the president and represents strength in an incredible way." He added, "I'm just extremely proud of her and Mika can go pound sand somewhere as far as I'm concerned." Do you agree with Mike about Mika? Whoopi Goldberg slams Omarosa for being a black woman after she quits White House job. The ladies of The View decided to attack Omarosa for resigning from the White House. However, Whoopi Goldberg's targeted racial attack was particularly nasty. What's fascinating to me about the Trump White House in general, is that traditionally in politics when you're staffing for a principal one of the main things you want are people that are not going to be seen and not be heard and fade into the background, started McCain. That's what great campaigns and great presidents quite frankly do. I like working with people who don't want to do book deals, that don't want to guest co-host of you. If you want to be in media, be in media. This new trend, where I feel like everybody in the White House wants to continue on the president's legacy of reality television and continue to be famous and write books of such nature, said McCain. After that, Whoopi Goldberg attacked. Well, look, you, Omarosa, said some stuff here that, wasn't very nice, but, that happens, started Goldberg. And you mentioned that we would all be bowing down. I don't know if we have that clip, but you can look it up. She did say it. And so, I hope you find something to do. Oh, I do. And I hope that you find your people, because maybe they're looking for you. She's just been so nasty to so many women and so many women of color, and I just, never mind, said Goldberg. I believe him. Frederica Wilson endorses Democrat accused of sexual harassment. Frederica Wilson first made headlines when she claimed that President Trump told O.S. Army Sergeant Law David Johnson's widow he knew what he signed up for, but when it happens, it hurts anyway. Yeah, he said that. So insensitive. He should have not have said that. He shouldn't have said it, said Wilson. Ever since then, Frederica Wilson has been known as the crazy Democrat with a cowboy hat. So what is she up to now? She is now defending a Democratic man who is being accused of sexual assault. Representative Alcee Hastings paid out $220,000 to Winsome Packer after she accused him of making sexual advances and threatening to fire her if she rejected them. I believe him, Wilson said in an interview. Florida Representative Louis Frankel also didn't believe the woman. Here's the thing, it went through the Ethics Committee, and they didn't find against him. He went through a process, and I think the process speaks for itself. Unless something else comes out, he's already gone through the process. The voters are aware of it, they elected him, it went through ethics. I don't know what else to do, said Frankel. I am outraged that any taxpayer dollars were needlessly paid to Ms. Packer. At no time was I consulted, nor did I know until after the fact that such a settlement was made, said Hastings. Okay, bye. Kneeling Titans player mocks angry fans and tells them to stay home. Delaney Walker, who is a tight end for the Tennessee Titans, gets paid millions of dollars to play football on television. However, he doesn't seem to understand that he needs to keep fans happy, or else he and his fellow millionaire NFL player friends won't be employed anymore. Walker recently decided to make a bold statement directed at fans of the Titans and other teams who were furious about the fact that he and hundreds of other football players refused to stand for the national anthem last weekend. Delaney was interviewed in the Tennessee newspaper, and he mocked fans who opposed the Kaepernick-style protests. Wrote reporter Jason Wolf, "Don't come to the game. That's the message a couple of the Titans' star players have for any outraged fans threatening to turn their back on the team." Said the Titans tight end, as reported by Wolf, "First off, I'm going to say this, we're not disrespecting the military, the men and women that serve in the Army. That's not what it's all about." He then continued, "And the fans that don't want to come to the game? I mean, okay. Bye. I mean, if you feel that's something, we're disrespecting you, don't come to the game. You don't have to. No one's telling you to come to the game. It's your freedom of choice to do that." The responses from football fans was not positive for Walker. Wrote one Twitter user, "You mean I don't have to contribute to your salary? Alrighty then." Added another, "Bye, Felicia. Don't want us, we don't want you. Good thing we agree. Do you think Delaney Walker deserves to be unemployed?" NFL's Shannon Sharpe says U.S. flag is racist and a piece of cloth nobody fights for. Former Denver Broncos tight end Shannon Sharpe may have been good enough on the playing field to get enshrined in the pro football field, but it is beginning to look like he is not well suited for a job in the broadcast booth. Sharpe, who is currently on FS1's Undisputed, has taken the recent football player protests during the national anthem as an opportunity to disparage all those who value the American flag, calling it merely a piece of cloth that he alleges nobody fights for. Said Shannon to broadcast partner Skip Bayless, "The flag, you see, to a lot of people, symbols, patriotism, but what does that symbol actually mean? What does, okay, you keep telling me that the flag means so much and it's opportunity and freedom and liberty. Okay. Can you honestly say that everybody in America has freedom and liberties and opportunity?" He then unwisely continued, saying, "And stop trying to sweep it under the rug. But, see, as long as you paint that narrative, oh, it's the anthem, I can't, no, anybody that does something to the anthem, well, we know what the anthem was originally written for and who it was written by, okay?" He began throwing an all-out tantrum, exclaiming, "The flag, okay? We understand what the flag? What does it represent? When did this narrative come to be that the military and the police own the flag and only them? I can go buy a flag and I can hang it up in my backyard. We need to stop this, Skip. We need to. The flag is a piece of cloth and nobody fights for a piece of cloth. Do you think FS1 needs to fire Sharpe for this?"